And this is my version of the Chod rig. On the end of your line, you have your cage feeder. You can put any kind of a cage feeder on, just enough to hold the ground bait. And about 4 to 6 inches up the line, you have a stop bead. And above the stop bead, you have a sliding bead. And just above the sliding bead, you have the Chod rig. Now, this is a Chod rig. So can I do this without getting my fingers in the way, sticking a hook in myself? And Chod rig, as you can see, has a little ring, and on the ring you have an 8 to 10 mil boilie. I prefer the 8 mil dumbbells. Very carp style, and that's sliding on the line. As you can see, it's a stiff mono. Now what I do is, before I actually throw it out, I like to put a little loop, or bend in the line. So if you get the line and just bend it slightly like that, it kind of holds that shape, so the hook is actually sitting below the boilie. So the boilie sits like that in the water, where the boilie is sitting directly above. And slide that down, and then we have another bead. Slide that down, so you can see the Chod rig is between the two beads, and then I've just shortened it up so you could see where it is. You have another stop bead on the line, and that's sliding obviously because it's a rubber stop bead, silicone stop bead. So what I do is I generally have that about 3 foot. It depends on how bad the weed is in the lake, but I generally have that between roughly 2.5 to 3 foot up the line from the Chod rig. So when you throw that out, because the boilie is a pop-up, it'll actually find its own buoyancy. So it sits directly above the weed. So no matter how bad of a weedy lake you're fishing for tench or carp, I'm sure it works well. That's where it's originated from for the carp. It'll find its own seated position above the weed, which leaves it in line for any tench that's moseying along. And as we heard earlier on, to feed on the pellets that I was putting out, you'll see that first. And let me just say, it works.